So I do not know all about this situation. Realistically, the only thing I know about this is that apparently Elon Musk and Asmongold had a falling out, and he leaked like Twitter DMs and stuff. That's really all I know. So I'm curious uh what this crashing out looks like, this meltdown. We're gonna watch Elon Musk pathetic meltdown by Moist Critical. We'll see.
Elon Musk is a worm I like to shoot spitballs and throw tomatoes at from time to time because he is a jaw-droppingly embarrassing specimen of pure cringe that it is impossible to fight the urge to clown on him. Yet, whenever I do, and whenever anyone mentions Elon in a less than flattering way, you will have the most unlovable Cro-Magnon swarm you, dog.
That is true. There's if you criticize and actually criticize when you are correct and you criticize Elon, and there are a lot of things to criticize, his behavior has weirdly changed after Trump became president to a lot more the same thing that he despises, which is censorship. Really weird. Really, really weird. And there are things that he made wrong. We still have as many bots on Twitter as we usually have. If you mention Blue Sky, which again, free speech, that's what he advocates for, you get shadow banned on Twitter. So there's that. Also, incredibly based, we have Sauron here from Lord of the Rings. I think this might be the Doom guy. It looks like it, at least.
Piling like it's World War Z zombies to try and defend Elon from whatever the slight criticism or jokes were about him. These gonad gobblers will always blow my mind because I don't understand this brain off worship of Elon Musk. Everything they hype him up to be, he is the opposite. He is not cool. He generates AI images of himself where he's not like this meatball-shaped man. He is not for free speech like they like to hype him up as. He's not a champion of free speech by any means. In fact, I personally think he is someone that is firmly against it in almost every single instance. Like, he personally banned the word cis. He actively bans things that hurt his feelings. And today I think is a...
Yeah. Do I think cis is used as a slur, though? Absolutely. You should be able to say it. Sure. The thing is that he is also just like the same, he's like part of the two sides of the coin. The leftists that want you to censor things, and the right-wingers that want you to censor things that are from leftists. It's usually just like they're the same side. They're the two sides of the same coin. They act the exact same. And while the man might be a genius in, his whole spacecraft thing, he just like every other human that has power as well, follows his own agenda. But at the end, you can't advocate for free speech if you're not allowed to say whatever you want to say.
Great example of that, and hopefully will be a mask-off moment for a lot of people, and open their eyes to the fact that this is not a guy who's for free speech and is not for you. Like, I'm not going to get into it, but do we even need to talk about the H-1B take? Like, come on. He's not looking to hire you. He doesn't want to know you. He doesn't want to employ you. He wants the cheapest labor, and he wants everyone to be constantly fondling his sack and being really, really nice to him because he's our special boy. It's so embarrassing. So, what I want to talk about today is what I think should be a very clear example of how Elon uses his power and where he actually stands on free speech. He is having a textbook crash out over gaming. Earlier this week, Quinn made a beautiful video that's breaking down the fact that Elon Musk is not the one who piloted his Path of Exile 2 account to the top of the leaderboard. It's not a conspiracy, it's not grasping at straws. When you finish that video, and I highly recommend you watch.
I haven't watched it, but I know that there's a very, very solid chance that somebody else, either he bought the account or somebody else is farming his account for Path of Exile. I cannot tell. I do not know. To me, it's not really that much of a big deal. I think they just either if he lied, they called him 4K. If he didn't, then he didn't. I don't know.
Watch the whole video. It will be very clear, beyond a shadow of a doubt, Elon Musk was not the one who actually got the account to where it was. He instead gets permission from the boosters to play on it and flex it for his Twitter streams. He didn't know the very basic fundamentals of the game. However, I will say that his catastrophe of a stream, while trying to show how great he is at gaming, was enough to make me get back into grinding Path of Exile 2, because I've been slow rolling it for a while. I was still on cruel difficulty, but then watching Elon the bumbling buffoon try and play Path of Exile was like actual rage bait to get me to go back in and grind hard. So now
if somebody else is so bad that you have to pull up the game yourself, oh my god. Wow.
now I'm up to tier 3 waystones in the end game. It's so fucking fun. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. The point is, Elon Musk knew nothing about the game. It was very clear. And the big thing about it wasn't even that he had someone boosting his account for him. It's that he was just in this complete denial and trying to convince people that he is the best gamer alive. Like, this game's a little too easy. I'm on max difficulty, you know, swagged out mode, and I'm just kind of breezing through it because I'm just that good at games, that kind of thing. It's his reluctance to just be honest about, like, hey guys, I like this game. I don't have time to grind it, so I paid these people to grind it for me so that way I can get to the end game and, you know, play the content I want. It wouldn't have blown up to this degree. I still think that would have been a little silly, and people would have still absolutely made fun of him for it, but to a lesser degree.
I'm gonna say something that I often say. If you have no idea about anything, about stuff, either you properly inform yourself before making that stream, which you could have done that would have not made it seem like you fucked up, or you just shut the fuck up. You just shut the fuck up and not say anything. You should have not done that stream from the beginning. If you don't know about the topic, shut the fuck up. It's not that difficult. Jesus? A little bit.
It just, what's the point? Why are you paying someone to boost your account? If you like the game, why not just play it on your own time, even if it's not that fast and even if you're not top of the charts? But for Elon, the reason is because he wants everyone to view him as God's gift to humanity. So, like, I'm one of the best gamers. Check the stats. And he didn't achieve it. It wasn't him. And when Quinn made this video, it very much hurt Elon because the gamers that he's trying to appeal to were privy to the fact that he's not the gaming god he claims to be. And that damaged him. So I knew he was going to have a comical response, but I didn't expect it would be this absurd. To set the stage for what happens next, Asman and many others covered Quinn's video, as well as other people's content talking about how it was impossible that Elon was the one that actually played on that account because he is just dog shit and knows nothing about the game. Asman covered this, he talked about it, reacted to the video, and today, Elon went on Twitter and had this to say. Asman behaves like a maverick independent, but in reality has to ask his boss for permission before he can do anything. He is not his own man. He then leaked his DMs with Asman, where he said, this is Asman, I'm going to see if my editors might want to make a second account for it. And then Elon replies, sure. Who are these mysterious editors? He actually sounds like that news anchor. Who is this 4chan? Like, how can someone be this fucking...
The thing is like, first of all, leaking DMs, by the way, he broke his own TS. Technically, he would need to ban himself now. If we go by his own TOS, right? Poker actions speak louder, even if he didn't say shit. people would still notice that you're just a noob. That is true. However, we also I'm more familiar with drama, especially like stuff like that. If you ignore it, it will go away, and that is no joke. There are plenty of people that have been in serious drama, and if they ignored it, and now it's gone. Remember when I brought up the VTuber that forced people to believe that they have autism and let them make like autism tests and stuff, and like being like harassing people, harassing women. He's still around. He's doing pretty good. Nobody gives a rat's ass about that he did that. Rules for thee, but not for me. Exactly. Exactly.
Out of touch and stupid. I will never cease to be shocked by the absolute idiot potion this guy seems to be boofing on the daily. Like, how? What do you mean, who are these mysterious editors? Do you not know what editors are? Holy shit. So then, Asmund explains, two guys, links them, and then they basically run the entire YouTube account, lol. So basically any content I post is edited or uploaded by them, and they can just get a cut of the ad rev. It's a super good system, to be honest. Almost everyone on YouTube does it. And then there's a community note there, which says what should be obvious to anyone with a functioning frontal lobe. Elon Musk seems to think Asmongold is an employee with editors overseeing him. That's incorrect. Asmongold's editors are actually his employees. They edit, upload his content for a revenue share. They don't control what he does. And then Elon Musk proceeds to take away Asmongold's checkmark on Twitter. You remember that thing Elon was like really adamant about, you know, how check marks were kind of like weaponized?
Check marks have been weaponized by him. That is, yeah, it is really just rules for thee, but not for me. That's why there's no reason, for example, to switch to Blue Sky. It's just the same shit there. It's quite literally, they are also two sides of the same coin. That's why there's no point of being on Blue Sky, because they're the same shit app. Just the politics are just different. How does a CEO of one of the biggest companies doesn't know automating? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe somebody seems to be a little, what's the word? Detached from the people that he is employing, you know? Because like, you run a business, like you run multiple businesses. How do you have enough time to constantly make tweets?
Hey, Elon, you're doing that. So, the free speech guy, you're taking away his checkmark because he hurt your feelings, fundamentally shadow banning him because without a checkmark, his replies and his engagement go way down and you won't really see it anymore. You're shadow banning someone who hurt your feelings. Elon is just that fucking sensitive. In fact, sensitive doesn't even really cover it. Like, my cock gets sensitive when it gets sucked for too long. I'm like, ooh, ooh. But, like, that's sensitive. Elon has reached a...
Can't relate. Can't relate. Don't know.
New level of sensitivity I did not think was even achievable by a human being. It is just fucking flabbergasted by how soft he is. He has all the money in the world, but is beyond insecure to the point that I can't believe he's a real person. This has to be some kind of, like, android protocol that's been sent from space, from, like, space Redditors, in order to see, like, the limits of cringe that can be pushed. Come on. He's talking about editors and then saying Asmund needs his editor's permission to post things. He lacks the fundamental understanding not only of Path of Exile 2, but of life. Like, of living as a sentient being. How can you even reach that conclusion? I mean,
Isn't it obvious? Isn't it obvious? Space Reddit is true. He does like just like big content creators get completely detached from reality because they live this lavish lifestyle. He also gets detached from regular people, so he does no longer understand this. That's what I'm seeing. It's just the usual thing.
I know how he reached that conclusion because he is a turbo moron who can't like activate neurons and think. So he saw the word editor and made the assumption that it's like the editors that will oversee someone's work in the journalism sector. And he gets these dots, these breadcrumbs that he starts connecting from out of fucking nowhere about how, well, Asmin is actually just a pawn of his editors. That's not just wrong, that is just blatant misinformation. He is actively engaging in misinformation, making it seem like Asmin has.
And then he gets community noted by his own feature. I don't know. I just think that this whole thing is just like a shit stain on his reputation. I just find it weird and like I don't know. It's odd.
A puppet master above him, these editors, that he has to answer to. And then he abuses his power to take away his checkmark. He is actively doing all of the things he says he is super against, and all of the people say that he hates and will never do. He does it. I don't see how a single Elon Musk nipple-suckling leech could see this and conjure up some kind of excuse for it. There's no mental gymnastics that could possibly exist to justify this behavior. It's the epitome of everything people hate. It's cringe. It's sensitive. It's an abuse of power. His feelings got hurt, so he used his power as the fucking chief general of Twitter to take.
Bro acting like he's running like he's like I don't know. He's running SAO. I'm the master here. I am in control of everything. Don't become that poker when you become popular. Don't forget about me. Like, I have already, like, said it multiple times that if I ever become ungrateful or, like a disgusting little shit, I've already said, please beat the ever-living shit out of me.
Take away his checkmark because he hurt his feelings, and then he goes on to leak DMs. How could you possibly look at that and be like, no, that makes sense. Elon was in the right here. Like, let's say you just love Elon. You know what? I'm not your dad. You can like whoever you want, like whatever you want. Doesn't matter to me. But why do you have to like something and then love everything they ever do? Why can't you be more receptive to like, you know, I really like Elon, but this was a bad look. I didn't like what he did here. I think this was pretty embarrassing. That's called being normal. For some reason, people just can't be normal anymore. If you like something...
Because when you, like, you have, thanks to, like, being more closer to, like, for example, we can take this with, like, VTubers, for example, you will idolize everything they do because you are more parasocial about them. That is, how I view it. At least from what I've seen. You ungrateful slap.
Something you have to be obsessed with it. You have to fucking love it. You have to be like snorting that drug constantly and shut out and hate everyone who pokes holes in it. It's so weird. I don't know why people want to live their life this way. They just want like the black and white. Elon good. Anyone who said Elon not good, they're bad. Elon good. I don't know why people want that. No one likes to think anymore, and with the way the internet's gone, you don't have to think anymore. You can just wait for tweets to tell you what to think, or even chat GPT to tell you what to think. I guess it's just easier to live your life on like drooling autopilot mode. But I would argue that you are doing yourself a huge disservice in life if you just live this way, where even if you really like Elon, whatever, why not just be receptive to the idea that he's not infallible? Maybe he does make mistakes. Maybe...
Now that I realize this, people that act like this... Wait. Are Elon fans the Twitter version of K-pop stans? Is that what this is? I see similarities.
He is cringe sometimes. And you can acknowledge that, recognize that, and then at the end of the day still like him if you want. It just doesn't compute with me. And of course it's not exclusive to Elon. It's a very normal thing now all of a sudden where if you like something or like someone, anything that is brought up that's negative about it.
I mean, we are all always sometimes a little cringe. There's no exception. I mean, we're all sometimes a little cringe. But at least acknowledge that. At least acknowledge it.
Is like the end of the world to you, and then you spend hours a day arguing with bots on Twitter about it and defending the thing you like. I just don't get it. Elon Musk, I think, is just the best example of this phenomenon because his fan base does PR for him as if it's their actual job. Like, they are professional PR drones for Elon that he doesn't even have to pay. Because they are in the trenches every single minute of every single day, suckling on him, arguing on his behalf, shutting down any criticisms against him. It's just so embarrassing. Almost as embarrassing as Elon himself. So yeah, anyway, I had to talk about this. Because what an incredible response from Elon to just take away Asmon's check mark and then leak his DMs where he completely misunderstands that editors aren't like his overseers. It's so, oh my god. So yeah, anyway, that's really about it. See ya.
That's the end of the video. I fully agree. The thing is, like, this is not even anything that is, like, exclusively, Elon Musk. You can look at anything. Red Pill, LGBTQ, feminists, Elon, what is that one chick called? One singer. I forgot it. Shit. Pop singer. If you criticize certain groups, you will get annihilated simply because you criticize them. Because people can no longer realize that their idols can do something wrong. Taylor, exactly. Taylor Swifties act the exact same thing. Nichi Sanji fans act the exact same way as well. Even against their own people.